Let me bring in Shreya Chatterjee, who's joining us live from Delhi, which is where the operator's office is based. It's here that the investigating officials also took forth a handful of documents to go through really the kind of licensing, the approvals that have been given for this company. Shreya, just give us details really of the scope of the investigation right now. Has a clean sheet been given to the operator, or there's still their role, the authorizations, is all of that still being looked into?
Well, Akshita, there's no clean sheet that's been given, because this is just the first day of the investigation, barely few hours from where the aircraft crash actually took place. So there's a protocol in place where the Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau, their officials visited the VRS Venture office where I'm standing right now. They were there for good 3 hours. They collected documents. This were related to the aircrafts that are owned by VRS. There are at least 17 of them. 7 of them are the Learjets, one of which crashed and led to the unfortunate demise of Deputy CM of Maharashtra, Ajit Pawar. And the maintenance documents, the log books, the medical reports of the pilots, all these things have been collected and taken by the AIB team, which will also be now forensically analyzed, and then a report will be produced. Now, apart from what we've seen over here, there's also a second leg of the investigation that's to take place at Baramati, because what we do know that Baramati is an uncontrolled air field. So how was the operation there, whether all checks and protocols are in place or not, whether there was some issue, because remember the initial report was also suggesting that before the landing process, when they were asked that whether they can see the airfield, when the visibility was mentioned somewhere around 3,000 meter, the first call they said that they can't see the airfield. It's only after the second take about they say that yes, they can see, and before even a read back to the ATC, the aircraft doused in flames. So all these things are right now being looked at by the AIB. No clean sheet, we can say, has been given. Okay. But the initial reports that are coming in suggest that the air operation, the validation that's required for an aircraft to operate, that was up to date so far as that aircraft was concerned.
So if you look at the paperwork, doesn't seem like there's any issue. As far as the regulatory certification is concerned, that was fine for the plane. The pilots also licensed, their fitness certificates were done, very much valid. Just the paperwork itself doesn't look like there were any lapses, but too early to tell whether really the company, the operator, which is VSR, can be let off the hook right now. I'll also continue focusing really on the investigation, but just quickly cutting across to what Prime Minister Modi had said just a while ago when he was speaking in the national capital, his tribute to Ajit Pawar.
आज का दिन हमारे लिए एक बड़ा दुख लेकर भी आया है। आज सुबह ही महाराष्ट्र में दुखद विमान दुर्घटना हुई है। इस दुर्घटना ने महाराष्ट्र के उप मुख्यमंत्री अजीत पवार जी और कुछ साथियों को हमसे छीन लिया है। अजीत दादा ने महाराष्ट्र और देश के विकास में अपना बड़ा योगदान दिया है। विशेष रूप से गांवों के जीवन को बेहतर बनाने के लिए उन्होंने हमेशा आगे बढ़कर काम किया। मैं अजीत पवार जी के परिवार के प्रति संवेदना व्यक्त करता हूं। जिन साथियों को हमने इस हादसे में खोया है, इस पीड़ा की घड़ी में हम सभी उनके परिजनों के साथ हैं।
बहुत दुख की बात है और अभी भी इस विषय को डाइजेस्ट करना कि वो नहीं रहे, ये मानने के लिए मतलब बिल्कुल ना तो हम तैयार हैं, ना कोई भी अभी विश्वास कर सकता है कि इतना शॉकिंग न्यूज़ रहा ये। सुबह से ही जब से इंसिडेंट हुआ है तब से ही डीजीसीए को और एआईबी को भी अलर्ट करके उनके ऑफिसर को भी यहाँ पे साइट पे भेजने के लिए बोल दिया है, और जैसे ही वो आएंगे उनकी जांच की वो भी शुरू हो जाएगी। और लोकल यहाँ के पुलिस को भी बता दिया कि साइट को सुरक्षित कॉर्डन ऑफ करें, फेंसिंग करें, ताकि वहाँ पे जो भी इन्वेस्टिगेशन के लिए चाहिए होगा उस तरह की परिस्थिति रहे।
So right now, while the investigation is underway, there have been a couple of statements that kind of give a glimpse of what happened. For example, the government has also, this is the Ministry of Civil Aviation, that's given us a statement on exactly what has happened. We break that down for you, what the government said versus what doesn't add up. Now, the government clearly said that the plane was cleared to land on the runway at 8:43 this morning. So they say the ATC gave that clearance. What doesn't add up is why that clearance was given if there was low visibility in that area. So then obviously visibility, weather conditions were fine. In which case then there will be that question about whether this was an issue at all. Now also the government has categorically said that if 8:43 the clearance was given, 8:44 the very next minute the jet disappeared from the radar. Now we are to assume that that explosion happened at about 45-46, but just before that already it had disappeared from the radar. So was there some sort of fatal technical glitch that led to this particular crash? The other detail that's emerged is that there was no readback of landing clearance given. Usually when the ATC communicates that the clearance has been given for landing, there's a communication from the cockpit acknowledging that communication. Didn't happen. Why were the pilots silent to the ATC instruction despite the fact that they were attempting to land? There's a question being asked there as well. Now, the government also confirmed at this point that based on the information they had from the ATC, there was no mayday call made by the pilots, in which case, obviously, we are going to assume that nothing was wrong till the very last minute. Did the pilots fail to anticipate the crash? If it was a technical glitch, what went wrong that till the very last second they had no idea that this was going to happen? The plane actually crashed in the second landing attempt. If you see the tracker, which we'll tell you about in just a bit, the plane actually circles and then attempts a second time to land. Many suggested that this was because of poor visibility, but the ATC gave that clearance. So did the pilots then misread landing parameters? Is that why, if you look closely at what happened, the plane, in fact, inches towards the runway, veers off. The crash is about 100 meters from the runway at the Baramati airport. A lot that doesn't add up. Obviously, the investigation will reveal those details, but there's no definitive pointer here on whether it's a technical glitch, whether it's human error, or whether it was just poor weather conditions. I'll give you, however, a detailed report by India Today's Ankit Kumar of our OSINT team, where he explains those last few minutes, the exact crash site, what happened. He breaks that down for you.
Using open source aviation data as well as official statements, we are trying to reconstruct what happened in the final 7 moments at Baramati airfield. The Learjet aircraft, which had Maharashtra Deputy CM Ajit Pawar on board, crashed roughly at around 8:45 in the morning. Flight data shows that at around 8:38 Indian Standard Time, the aircraft tried to make the first landing. Now, because of visibility issues, it could not successfully complete the first landing. At around 8:38:45, the aircraft is seen in a go-around maneuver. So it goes back to the direction from which it was coming from. Now, the data suggests that at around 8:43, it again approaches towards the runway, but at the same time, it communicates to the ATC, which is a temporary ATC there. It communicates that it cannot see, the pilots cannot see the runway. Now, roughly at around 8:43, 20 seconds, again, it is seen approaching towards the runway. At this point, the pilots reportedly confirmed to the ATC that they can actually see the runway. And within few seconds, roughly at around 8:44 and 8:45, 50 meters away from this runway, the aircraft unfortunately crashed at this location. Another important thing to note here is that there is no permanent air traffic control at this airfield. There are 2 flying academies, flying training schools, which kind of take shifts in order to guide the pilots to make successful landing at Baramati airfield.